What's going on, you guys? This is Dimension Scott back at you once again with a brand new ranking video, and today I'm going to give you my personal ranking of all three solo Wolverine films that started with X-Men Origins Wolverine, the controversial one, and then later improvement, the Wolverine, and then the masterpiece Logan, with the release of one of my anticipated movies of the year, which is now titled Deadpool and Wolverine, from least to the best. Before we get into today's video, if you guys are brand new to my channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos if you like what you see. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram with the same name as usual, Dimension Scott, where I talk about all things physical media and movies. Okay, like I was saying before, with the release of the upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine film, so I want to give you guys quick thoughts about these solo Wolverine films. The first one is the most controversial movie of all time. The next one came out a bit better, and everyone for the most part loves Logan, as was meant to be Hugh Jackman's final performances as the character, but we all know he's coming back again for this movie, so I really hope it's great. So with all that in mind, let's not waste any more time and let's do this. So shall we begin? At number 3 is coming in third place is going to be the controversial X-Men Origins Wolverine. The movie, I heard, was affected by a bunch of changes, studio meddling, and writer strikes at that time of year, 2009. It was released. Now, I completely understand a lot of people were so upset the way they butchered the character of Deadpool, played by Ryan Reynolds, and they redeemed themselves with the two solo Deadpool movies, played by, once again, with Ryan Reynolds. But what I do like for the most part is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and the actor who played, should I say, Sabretooth, Victor Creed. It's unfortunate we never got to see his interpretation of Sabretooth again, and we never got a full explanation of what his fate was after those events, even tying into the original X-Men film. There's an actor who played Gambit, who was going to get his own movie at some point. A lot of people really loved him in this movie, and I think the action sequence with Wolverine and the butchered, controversial Deadpool version in this movie is pretty on point. And what's underrated in this movie is a young actor who played Cyclops, who was supposed to age into James Marsden's Cyclops in the first 3 X-Men movies too. The CGI doesn't really mess with me. I think we could have got more maybe screen time with maybe Hugh Jackman and his love interest. I don't think the movie, the more I think about it, maybe some sections are pretty boring. I think one of the best parts of this movie is when Wolverine goes to the arena and fights that version of Blob. And he called him Bub, and then the Blob was like, "Did you just call me Blob?" And then boom, and it said, "I didn't call him Blob, I said Bub." That's a good part. So yeah, action sequence, some underrated cast actors, and some good special effects and action sequences are pretty still unique. I understand most problems about the movie, especially with a butchered up Deadpool and everything. So X-Men Origins Wolverine to me is the weakest, but I'm still fine with it. Coming in at number 2 is the Improvements sequel that took place after not only Origins, but most of the original trilogy of X-Men films, which is titled The Wolverine. Hugh Jackman played once again the character, goes to Japan and to protect the young girl, a Chinese girl, I think, and there's this badass redhead girl with a sword as well. They both do pretty good job in this movie. So Wolverine, the girl with the red head with the sword, Silver Samurai, action, especially on the train sequence. Wolverine is hunted by the events of Last Stand, being forced to kill his love interest, Jean Grey, is great and sad, because the Wolverine is set several years after the events of X-Men The Last Stand, and before X-Men Days of Future Past. So Wolverine goes to Japan, protect and he doesn't want to get involved, because we know Wolverine is a loner, because he doesn't want to be involved with anybody. I think James Mangold, who also ended up directing Logan, did a pretty not fine job directing this movie. It's not the greatest movie in the world. Maybe some of the story may be too long, could have been cut out. I heard there was an unrated cut, but for this version I got right here in this collection, it's just okay. Yeah, Wolverine being haunted by killing Jean Grey, the redheaded girl, the fight sequences between Silver Samurai, going to Japan was pretty decent. So now off to number one. But number one is the great Logan. So it's been in the future. Hugh Jackman plays once again and really aged up old Wolverine with his healing factor no longer working like he mostly used to. He has to look after an aged, sick Charles Xavier hiding out from everybody until our X-23 comes in, and Hugh Jackman has to protect her to get where she needs to be with other young mutants. The villain, the brutality, the story, the tone, the Westworld whole thing, the acting performances with these characters is on point in this movie from start to finish. And I think I heard rumors that the actress who plays X-23 in this film will probably make some appearance in Deadpool and 3. So I love this movie. It is awesome. It's one of the best comic book movies ever made. It's probably X-Men's Dark Knight, which I kind of get. So love this movie. Hugh Jackman, X-23, a poorly sick Patrick Stewart, the brutality, the story on the being on the run is awesome in this entire movie. That's why it is my number one of the solo Wolverine films. So there we have it. Are you a fan of the Wolverine films? Do you like Origins Wolverine? Do you like all these movies equally? Which ones you love, which ones you hate? Let me know all your opinions down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video pretty soon. Peace out.